Vanakkam and hello everyone, good afternoon. So myself Sivaranjani, I am working as a QA manager with Klizer. I hope you had a good lunch and I am very excited to present in front of a huge Magento community here at Ahmedabad today. And for the next 20 to 25 minutes, I'm going to present about how neurodiversity testing creates an impact in your e-commerce business, what are all the strategies you need to implement in your process to serve for the community back, right? So the hopefully we are going to learn together and we are going to take away some key action items that you can implement in your process. So whenever I talk about accessibility, inclusiveness, neurodiversity user group, I always start with this quote. The significance of this quote is, so whatever product, tools or technologies you are designing and developing, you should have people who are special needs, who are differently able, you should have them in mind. There should be any blocker for those user community to accessing in your websites. In general, they have to come to your website, perceive the information, navigate and operate the website without any issues, and they have to have the same user experience like other people, and they have to access your website in a comfortable way. So the significance of the code is that. So the next thing we are going to, and you may think, okay, she is going to talk about neurodiversity. So you might think, okay, what is neurodiversity? How it got connected with e-commerce business, that too digital commerce. So neurodiversity, I would say, because I will think in a way and you will think in a way. Our brains are not similar, even though they are very similar, and we think in a different way, and our perceptions on things are very different, right? So that is a key thing in the neurodiversity. And in our global population, I would say these type of disability is very difficult to handle, because people with this kind of disability, they will find very difficult in accessing your website, and they find very difficult to interact with your web elements. So, and people with this neurodivergent conditions always find concentrating on your content, okay? If you have overwhelming content, if your page is overwhelmed with the content, they will get easily distracted and the focus will be get deviated. So, and these people will have problems with even your literacy and numeracy and numerical things, whatever calculation you are having in your payment pages. So those things and all, they are not able to concentrate. So these are the neurodivergent conditions we are going to target. These are the customers we are going to focus here. So you may think, okay, so neurodivergent people will be a small number in this global population. How many people will be there? So why we have to work towards the user community, right? So here the neurodivergent user community is not a small group of people. This user groups are often goes underestimated, and they have the spending power of $8 trillion in total in different sectors like retail, sales and services. So delving deeper into this network, we have their own family members, supporters and friends, then the number will skyrocket to $15 trillion. So combined effect of this impact created by this diverse user group connected with the people with disability is very huge, and these are the user groups we are going to target. And you may think, okay, neurodiversity is not a single user community, and there are different forms because of the different genetically disordered things. We have different forms of user communities over there, and the numbers are growing fast, and this neurodivergent community has around 15 to 20% of our global population, and also people who are socially responsible, who look after, okay, why brands have to work on this neurodiversity. There's a 46%, 1 in 7 people in the global population have some kind of neurodivergent condition. So maybe there may be small disorders like attention disorders, and they will get easily distracted. Even now we have a lot of distraction, mobile distraction kind of thing. Yeah, people will have a small distractions like that. And in total, only 3% of the internet space, that is the digital space, is access to people without any issues. So people will come to your website and they will find problem and they will go to your competitors. So 3% only is accessed by everyone without any difficulties. And a survey by Morgan and Stanley is by 2026, your retail sales, the complete retail sales to digital space will increase, will be doubled, and it will goes to the 27%. So these are some numbers about the disability user group and neurodivergent user group in the whole global population. So these will give you an idea of why we have to work towards this user community. So these are the main 4 categories in this neurodivergent user community, that is dyslexia, ADHD, and dyspraxia and dyscalculia. These are the 4 main categories we have to concentrate. Usually according to the medical science, these are the 4 main categories in the neurodivergent user groups. And remembering, okay, these people need, their preferences and needs are very different and very widely. So we have to make sure we are getting users from this community in our design and development process right from the scratch, and also we have to include them in our UAT testing to make sure we are creating an inclusive environment for all the people in the world. So the next thing we are going to see about, so okay, once we know about the neurodivergent user community, okay, what e-commerce, the website owners have to prioritize in their process. Okay, they have, when they are designing and developing their websites or any product or tool, not only websites, there may be a product or any third party, any tools which support e-commerce business, whatever they are developing. Okay, the first thing is the cohesive color scheme. There are some color patterns are available. Always go for a subtle what is a pastel color designs in your when you are designing the pages, and also have a foreground and background contrast ratio according to the standards by W3C, and the contrast ratios are available for small text and for the big text, and also how images should look. So everything you have to concentrate in the cohesive color schemes, and make sure your pages are compatible with assistive technologies like screen readers like NVDA and JAWS. Lot more assistive technologies are available in the market, and also make sure people with ADHD will have deficiency in motor skills. They will at no point they will use the keyboards. They will go for an alternate input device to access your website. So at that point your website pages should be accessible with the assistive technologies. And next one is clear and simple content. The content should be very precise, and avoid using jargons, and don't go for lengthy paragraphs. Okay, you can give your information in kind of a picture kind of thing, explain your in the images kind of thing. Yeah. The next is the alternative formats. Definitely in our e-commerce websites you have the product detail page where you are explain the features about your products. The video content will be there. Make sure you are having a proper captions enabled. If you are giving any audio files, make sure you have transcript enabled on that. And also the CTA buttons, hopefully in all the home pages you will have a CTA buttons to, okay, for your top selling products. So make sure the users are aware, okay, if they click the button, what will happen and where they will land it up. Okay, so and it should be, it can be given in your alternative text as an alternative text in the descriptive language, so you can use that. And of course accessibility audits are very mandatory thing, so make sure you are following the guidelines according to WCAG and cognitive guidelines. We can discuss more on the upcoming slides on that. So okay, so once you are done, you know, okay, what to prioritize, and now you are going to build your own story on your product. First thing you will do, creating awareness about your products. So you can do via the online channels like LinkedIn or online advertisements or search engines, or word of mouth. So make sure you are doing in a right way. Your video should have proper alternative text and captions enabled. So once you are done creating the awareness of your product, the next thing, the customer comes to your website. So if it is not accessible to that particular user group, then that is the problem. When they come to your website, they will go for the product pages, they will compare the prices and what are the feature functions available in the website. So make a research and analysis part, and there are a lot of online tools are available like Wave and even Google's Lighthouse is available. You can use them for to get a quick report on your accessibility issues which affect the neurodivergent user community, and you can work towards that, fixing them. So once that is done, you have to work towards fixing the issues. So you are building your reputation on your brand. So once a brand reputation is built, make sure you convert them into a purchase conversion, because this is a very crucial part of e-commerce business. So when they add the product to the cart, so they will come to the shipping options and payment options. Payment option, that page is a very crucial page with a lot of input fields available. So make sure they have proper label form fields are enabled, and also they have the error messages are highlighted in a legible way, now giving a proper error message in the highlighted form. And also make sure you have alternative payment methods. Don't go for only one single payment method in your e-commerce stores, and always look for alternative payment methods like Apple Pay, Google Pay, or any digital wallets you can integrate. So you can look for that. So once the transaction is completed, the next part is the customer support. For a neurodivergent user community, this customer support is a safety net, because whenever they are not able to do anything in your website, they will be completely blocked and completely depend on the customer support people. So give a proper training to your customer support people to handle those queries, and have a dedicated email support for them, and a dedicated phone line enabled for the user group, the particular user group. So and once that is done, these steps are followed, and when you are building this story, the audience will repeat your website, and you can have a good brand reputation also built over there. So these are some interesting facts. Okay, what are the major common issues available in a website for the in basic to the disabled people? So images, links, and form fields and keyboard navigations are not accessible by everyone. They do have all this, and these many percentage of issues are available. These survey has been taken in the 33 top selling websites, and 94% of the website failed in this survey. So they do have all these problems in their website. So how to include inclusiveness in your process, in your project development? Okay, so give a good training for your designers. There are principles of universal designs are available, and inclusive design project is always to work in with the help of another person's set of shoes, and you can understand in that way what they want and design according to that. Don't think, okay, this is the right way I can do. So think in a perspective of people with special needs, and don't have a layout shift and overflow in your page content immediately. So this will definitely deviate the customer from doing what they are doing currently. And also the color contrast, navigation is the key over here in an e-commerce business. So and the training for the developers, definitely they have to be get trained in the WCAG guideline, that web accessibility guidelines, and semantic HTML structures have to be properly followed to show, okay, what is the main purpose of the page, whatever you are having right now. And also RO attributes, that is for the landmarks, roles and states and properties have to be clearly mentioned. So that will clearly show you what is the main content of the page, what is the sub content, and what is the navigation over there. So it will clearly show everything to the end user, because they are using assistive technologies, and they are not simply seeing the normal eyes what we are having, right? So they will use different input devices to access our websites. And yeah, form tables, so in a orders detail page, invoice history page, you can have a tables, so that should be also properly structured, that can be accessed by the assistive technologies. And testing plays a very crucial role here, and you have to do a very periodic and quarterly audits based on the guidelines, and efficient usage of the assistive technology. You have to use the assistive tools as well in your testing process and usability testing, and always make sure your project managers are generating the reports and remediation process whatever we are doing, and be handy with that report. So that would be, these are the main thing we have to include in our process. So know more about WCAG and COGA guidelines. So these are very standard things available in W3C website, and all designers and developers should go through this recommendations, and we'll discuss more about the guidelines in the upcoming slides. So we do have 3 levels of compliance in the guideline: WCAG level A, AA and AAA. So I would say it is a mandatory to have level A, and AA is mandatory to have. We should have this in our website. Whenever we are developing a page or any features in your website, you have to make sure we are following these levels of compliance. So it's a very standard thing we have to do in our development process. So this is a small example of a website. The first screenshot has not highlighted with this login button, is not highlighted properly, and end user will not know what is all about, and even the links on the top is not properly highlighted with a color contrast thing. And you can see in the second screenshot, everything is properly designed according to the guidelines and will show the difference. So you have to make sure we are developing the website like this. So all these guidelines are based on the 4 principles, that is perceivable, operable, and robust and understandable. These are the 4 principles. Based on this only the WCAG guidelines are built. So we have to make sure we are adapting these principles in our process. So we have to make sure accessibility at every step of your development process. So you can integrate subject matter experts at every stage, right from the design, development, testing and delivery. So you have to integrate the experts, and you have to understand also what they are thinking, and you have to understand their need and design according to their needs. And also in this way you can build a brand reputation, and also your productivity also upskills. You will get a good ROI. So when you move towards this user community, and when you do something for this user community, your brand reputation also upscales. So this picture clearly shows, okay, recognizing and addressing the needs for this big user community. It's not only a social responsibility thing we are doing. In a way, we are tapping the market, a vast market, which always value for accessibility, innovation, and inclusiveness in a way. So yeah, emphasize equity, not equality. So think everything in a with having empathy in your mind. So design according to that and deliver the product. So Nandri, thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Hello. So how this WCAG3 and ADA, there is also some compliance called ADA. Is it different than ACE? Because I heard a new term along with WCAG, you also mentioned about something else.
Cognitive.
Yeah.
Cognitive guidelines, right? Yeah. WCAG is a mandatory standard we have to follow. Along with that, COGA is also available. The cognitive, if you follow the COGA, it will cover the cognitive disabilities problem as well. Okay, so you are talking about ADA, right? So ADA compliance is typical to the US website, e-commerce websites, okay. ADA is the American Disability Act, okay, and ADA we have to be make sure, okay, whenever we are working for the US clients, we have to make sure we are ADA compliant. Our websites are ADA compliant. So according to this, how you can make your website ADA compliant? The question here. So you are following this WCAG guidelines, you can be an ADA compliant website. And also being an ADA compliant website is not a one-day task or a one-month task. Okay, it's a program. Okay, it is an ongoing program. You have to do this process continuously. That you have to maintain the process. Whatever you are developing, whatever you are updating in your website, the standards should be followed. Does it answer your question? Thank you. Any other questions?
Anyone have any other question? No? Thank you, Sivaranjani. It's a great session. Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone.